Welcome to it. It's podcast 36. It's Breakfast Leftovers. I'm Rosalie Ann, and if you recall from our previous podcast, it was about June 16, speaking to the ladies and getting their feedback on how it affects them and all the things that are surrounding it. So continuing and towards the end of the past podcast, it was getting into the point where we were having a discussion or about to have a discussion with the boys. So that is that right now. Continuing on the streets of Alexandra, June 16, 2022. Here's podcast 36. Still coming up. Bunch of cool games. It's Breakfast Leftovers. I'm Rosalie Ann and Remo Alexandra. Of me, Anne. In reality, June 16, there's been going on. People are not happy, and we need to know why. We need to know why. So, guys, who am I with?
You itumeleng.
Itumeleng mang?
Itumeleng setjhaba.
Le mang?
Le
Natin Dlovu, itumeleng setjhaba. So, as Roseanne, we have a situation in front of us.
Yes.
What is June 16 supposed to be for you? What is it supposed to be? What is it supposed to? Not
supposed
what
to
it
be.
is, but what is it supposed to be?
Yo. Maybe you can try my friend. Maybe because I'm a chumiaka. Yo. June 16 ke ka re e ka ba eng? Like e ka ba letsatsi le tswang for nna ne. Yo. Cute please. Hey, talo bona so. By the way, mara taba se ke shebile ko wena ga go la bo. So anti-strats like the cuteness bo ba ga.
Re tlogeletse June 16.
No, it was June 16. King Moena, boss.
Monna. Yo.
Clearly, you can see that the boys do have a bit of a distraction, which is yours truly. It's game time! Yes, today's game is Fiddle My Riddle. Because the topic is quite hot and, you've got a hot rose also in the picture, which is very much making it difficult for these boys. So I'm going to make it a very simple Fiddle My Riddle today. Well, that depends if it is simple for you. But today's riddle goes like this. What month has 28 days? Yes, what month has 28 days? That is today's Fiddle My Riddle. And of course, after the podcast or somewhere during the podcast, so that you don't go fast forwarding all the way to the end, I will reveal the answer. And alternatively, you can go onto Facebook group Rosalie Ann on Breakfast Leftovers, or alternatively, you can check out my page Rosalie Ann, and I will also drop the answer there. And if you do not see it because it possibly could be way down the timeline, then basically all you gotta do is send me a message through the inbox, and I will gladly give you the answer for today's Fiddle My Riddle, which is of course, what month has 28 days? Remember to stay in touch on the other social platforms. I'm Rose Jock on Twitter, and I am Dame Rose _yo on the Insta. Of course, make sure you subscribe. It'll be awesome. We'll really appreciate that. Like, and share it. And remember to download these podcasts for during your lunchtime, and then every single time you can have lunch with moi. So let's get back to our podcast and find out what the boys in the streets of Alexandra have to say about June 16, 2022. Let's get back to it.
June 16 for now. Monna nka tjho ke letsatsi le re gopotsang gore re tswa kae and re bo mang according to me. It reminds us where we came from. And like in Facebook June 16 nka tjho e re khopotsa le ka batho ba re ba lositseng our relatives, those ba re ba lositseng ka di 90s. You understand?
Alright, so it's like that. Now, the boys have explained, and we're gonna get back to their conclusion. But first, what is the answer for today's Fiddle My Riddle? Now, the question, or rather riddle, was, which month has 28 days? And if you have guessed February, then you're wrong, because every single month has 28 days. Can you believe it? Oh well, it's okay. You'll get it next time on the next podcast. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and of course make sure you share, and you do put your comments below letting us know what it is that you want us to talk about, chat about, and make recipes about, especially if you have like favorite foods and you're not quite sure how you want to mix it up. Well, I'm a great mixer upper myself in the kitchen. But getting back to our chat, the boys are wrapping this one up. Adios, June 16, 2022. See you next year.
June 16, it reminds us that where you came from and who you are. You understand?
Yes, we do understand. And of course, as long as you understand, June 16, 2022 is a wrap. A wrap. Cut. It's done. Of course, see you next year, fellow friend. Still coming up in the podcast, we've got great interviews with artists, designers, creatives, and the topics go so deep, it's literally underground. And the pun is totally intended. So make sure that you do subscribe to Breakfast Leftovers and Life Leftovers podcast right here on YouTube. Ring that notification bell so that you be the first one to get the podcast the moment it drops. So for myself, Rose Leanne, ciao. For all your voiceover needs, like acting, coaching, and advertising, contact us via email on 5spec.company@gmail.com. That's 5spec.company@gmail.com. Don't hesitate, send us that email.